tired. Daylight saving stuff is for the birds, man. It's for the birds. You can probably see it in my eyes too. It's like, I'm dragging this morning. I'm dragging, y'all. I don't know what we're gonna talk about today. I kind of wanted to touch on cause and effect. This idea that adults cheer causes and should be surprised at the effects. It's like, oh my goodness. Lady who took this selfie. She climbed in the jaguar cage, or she could climb close, continuing to vote for oligarchy, continuing to cheer people who don't even work for you. They could care less about your country. I think we were on a good analogy yesterday, y'all. I'm loving it. I love the analogy that Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, oh my goodness, I'm gonna mess the name up. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad? Something like that, something like he gave us a great analogy. You know, the whole point of I'm tired. What's the analogy he gave us? The point he gave us a good analogy yesterday. Yo, what was he talking about? Oh, right, about leaders who can walk among their people. That the leaders always walk amongst their people. If you're cheering and voting for somebody and they're not walking amongst you, then you are not their people. If they don't feel safe around you, they're not there for you. They're not doing good things among you and your people. You should see them in your trailer parks and in your ghettos, in your hoods. That's how you know you got a president or prime minister that is there for you. That's how you know that leader is there for you. If you're not walking amongst your people, if they're not walking amongst you, they're not there for you. They need security to walk amongst you. They're not there for you. If they can walk amongst you freely and not have grandmama throwing some rotten tomatoes. Did y'all see that okra attack? Somebody, I got okra attack this morning. If they're not throwing rotten, slimy okra at your leader. Actually, in okra, it doesn't have to be rotten. It's already slimy. That's one of the effects. It's one of the side effects. If they need security guards to walk amongst you, they're not actually your leaders. They're not there for you. If they're in Wall Street walking around, got the banks all around, big corporations, pharmaceutical corporations, Eric Prince, the military-industrial complex, and they don't need security. They only need security in the street, driving cars where you are. People who are like you, who don't look like you, different culture, different religion. But if they can't walk amongst you in safety, they're not yours. They're not there for you. I love that, and that makes perfectly good sense. Perfectly good sense. Anyway, good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? But you keep voting for people, and this is a part of the whole lion and the little girl in the cage thing, living in a fantasy world, like we're little girls at the zoo. We don't understand the long-term side effects of leaving oligarchs in control of a world, and we got grandkids and nieces and nephews and children we're leaving to the oligarchs. Like, this is good. Everybody knows that cage is gonna fail. Oh, we got protections in place. We got the Bill of Rights and we got the Constitution. It's like, you know that's gonna fail. They've been whittling on that for a while. You know that lion been biting on that glass for a minute. That lion been charging that fence for a minute. Eventually, after you're long gone, dead and buried, that lion coming through that glass. And you better hope your baby's not on the other side. This is what it's you know, it's funny. All right, I'm waking up. I'm getting good. Hold on. I had to get some coffee in me. I had to get it down in there. Now I'm starting to think this through. It makes good sense. That was supposed to happen. If you leave oligarchs in control of your whole damn world, your kids are gonna feel a lot of pain. That's supposed to happen. Supposed to happen. You know, but you get, I hate to keep referring back to Obama and Trump, but you put these guys in office, and somebody said something about Trump. I haven't even read it yet. I have to read it in a second. We're gonna do comments today. Maybe we'll just do a bunch of comments on this analogy, but Obama goes in, says, I'm gonna clean up Washington, and gets in Washington and get some Windex and like one little spot. He cleans one little. Okay, that spot is clear. And that's the only spot. That's just a spot where the NSA is looking out at you, trying to see what's happening in your house. He just cleaned the one little spot on a dirty window in Washington. So the CIA can know what you're up to. You know, then Trump gets in and he's going, drain the swamp. You're like, okay, which drain should I pull? It's like 1,000 big corporation drains all over Washington, 1,000 deep state, CIA, FBI, Homeland Security, Department of Education, all of these things that need to be cleaned up. EPA poisoning all the water and poisoning the air, taking bribes, FDA, and forced vaccinations, and the DEA, and Schedule 1ing everything that people need to grow to make some food for their children, or to feed their children. And he just look at one plug. Or so, okay, but I had to be fair. So maybe Obama didn't have a choice. Maybe Trump didn't have a choice. Like, you're gonna pull that one drain right there, and that's the only drain you're gonna pull. You know, but the long-term side effects of, like, I posted something the other day, I got like 1 like. But I don't post things to get likes. That's not why I'm here. That's not at all why I'm here. I think I was saying something to the effect of, what did I say? Trump, Obama. Anytime I make a post and I put Trump and Obama at the same time and I like them, people don't like that. We don't like that, but they don't like their Trump flakes next to their Obama flakes. Don't put them two together at all. They had the same purpose. Very different characters, but they had the same purpose. We're gonna go Washington. We're gonna stop the wars, right? We shouldn't be involved in colonizing. We're not gonna stage any more interventions. We're gonna not be globalists. They go in, they do the same thing. Long-term side effects. My friends already lined up. 20, how we got? 21 people? All right, I gotta talk about voting for a minute. They lined up to vote. They line up, vote more to keep the lion behind the glass, the breaking glass, the shattering glass, and keep their children right on the other side, that close to the oligarchy. Like this is gonna end well. So the lady, what did she do? She took a selfie. She took a selfie, and I don't even know what happened. I didn't see the news. I don't think I want to know what happened. This stuff is so silly to me. She was in a zoo in Arizona, and she had her selfie stick or selfie cameras, and she thought it was a good idea to climb over the safety thing. I got a picture of that. Let me see if I can find this. She thought it was a good idea and got the selfie. She got the selfie, and I guess the jaguar grabbed her because they didn't show the footage. You can't see the footage. All you see is her on the ground crying. Oh my gosh! The jaguar attacked the lady! Oh my gosh! Monsters! Like, no, the jaguar actually was doing what it was supposed to do. That was supposed to happen. If you climb into a cage or next to a jaguar, and that jaguar sitting in that cage, who, like Cat Williams said it, looking at your American, your Arizonian butt every day, watching all these people walk in here, y'all eating organic, making smoothies and stuff. Just did that jaguar the whole time, like, you know what, y'all look delicious. Damn it, if you ever give me a chance, if you ever get close to my cage, as Cat Williams said, I'm going to show you what being a jaguar is all about. I'm not really a jaguar. I'm in a cage right now. I'm a slave. I'm forced into appearing to be tame. But if one of y'all dummies ever get close enough to this cage, I got these claws and I'm keeping them sharp for a reason. And he may not get his chance. He pass it on down to his children. You know, baby jaguar. Listen, baby jaguar, listen. Let me tell you something. These Americans are food. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe none of the hype. Their line is hashtag fake news. Humans are our food. We supposed to murder and eat them. They are delicious and nutritious. If you ever get a chance, keep your claws sharp. Keep your claws sharp. You ever get a chance to rip one of them things open, you're supposed to do it. That might get passed down 4 generations. Somebody, we a generation dumb enough to step in the cage with a with a selfie stick. I'm gonna get a picture. And I'm not laughing at the lady. I'm just saying that was supposed to happen. You leave oligarchs in control. They're supposed to kill your children. You give the oligarchs automation and big corporations robots that can do your job. They're supposed to. That's supposed to happen, and I'm sorry. I get my Trump friends that are anti-Trump, but put a businessman billionaire who wants money in office in a time where you got a lot of money to be made, everything's corrupt, he's gonna make his money. He's gonna make his money from taking jobs. Unfortunately, that's how corporations make money. And he's a corporate guy, he's a businessman. They make money taking your jobs, getting rid of the bottom line. You are the bottom line. You are the food. You are the child on the other side of the lion cage. And that's just real talk. That's just real talk. I appreciate my Trump friends and I appreciate my Obama friends. Why? Because they actually voted for the popular candidate who was anti-war. So I appreciate that. The reality is nothing's changing. No, nothing significant. It's not changing. All right, let me see. So that's what I want to talk about today. I'd love some good other analogies or examples, but we live in this pocket of adults who just, they don't do good at cause and effect. They don't seem to understand that if they keep cheering a particular cause, eventually that effect is going to affect. Eventually it's going to happen. I might actually, all right, there we go. I'm gonna do comments. I think we're gonna do comments and I can go click on the news. Oh, but before I do that, before we look at comments, I'm just making this about y'all today. Not that it's about me any day. Y'all push my day the way it's supposed to. She ain't here. Why did she post okra? Y'all get started early in the morning. People start with you early in the morning. Anyway, and just driving my day. Did y'all see? Oh, here's another example. Another example. I gotta show you this. I posted this yesterday. If you are a black bear and Mama Brown Bear has cubs in the area, you're not supposed to get close. If you try to get close to Mama Brown Bear and you're a little black bear and she has cubs in the area, you are something to be murdered. If you get murdered, that's supposed to happen. Did y'all see this? Just in case anybody is confused. If you see a bear and you're in the woods, don't climb a tree. Don't climb a tree. It's not gonna go well. Watch this. Did you see the mother brown bear? She running down, she seen the black bear. She hit the bottom, the black bear already climbing a tree, hoping he's gonna get away. Look how fast he goes. Look how fast this 400, 500 pound brown bear climbing a tree. You see this? You see this? You see any kids that eat good lunches, go to school in America, climbs a 70-foot tree in seconds. Seconds. And then she get close, like, oh, you got close, mother, you got close. Look, just jumping up the tree. Jumping up the tree like it's run. It's jumping up the tree faster than we can run on the sidewalk. So just, that's supposed to happen. If you use a black bear, Mama Brown Bear around, you on the ground, you're supposed to get murdered. Now this black bear done kind of figured it out. The black bear has some claws. The black bear has some teeth. They're little compared to Mama. But the black bear knows if it gets high enough up the tree, I'ma murder all us. I'ma murder all us. Oh, that's a good example. That's a good example. I'ma murder all us if you try to kill me. I'm not gonna just let you kill me. I was being stupid. I was walking around your cubs. I was being dumb. You want to murder me, but I'm gonna climb to the top of the tree. You fat, I'm fat. The tree skinny, and you get too high up, we all gonna die. We all gonna die. Example. I wasn't paying attention. I was voting for Democrats and Republicans. I just thought it was a good idea at the time. Now you got me up a tree. I see, I don't have a Bill of Rights. I don't have a Constitution. I'm under Admiralty law. 1913, my country was bought out by international bankers that most of the people in my nation so gassed that they have no idea what's going on, picking who they're gonna vote for next. I'm gonna climb us up a tree. Damn it, oligarchs. I'm gonna get us up a tree and I'm gonna kill all us. Because we got two options here. We're gonna have freedom or we all die. And this is the option that the black bear gave the brown bear. After being stupid. And I can admit, I was being stupid, Joe. I was being stupid. I believed in the political system and nonsense. Shoot, I used to go down there, talk to legislators, work on laws. I even wrote a law. Friends. And we gave it to the legislature and they wiped out our name. Wiped out our organization's name. And they put their name. I'm sponsoring the bill. You ain't write it. Damn it, you probably read it. You just found out that it'd get you some support. Just being stupid. You did it. And at a certain point in time, you have to say, okay, I get it. I cheered the cause, the effect is gonna come. All right, let me stop. Let me see. But see this now. The mother bear got it. The brown nanny, she up there and she wanted, like the oligarchs, they wanted. Because every now and then, she'll climb a little higher up the tree, try to get a bite out the brown bear. I mean, the black bear. But the black bear's at the top. It's like, I go higher, mother. I go high. We will knock this tree down. We gonna die today. 7-foot drop. Because of the mama bear and that it moving higher up the tree to send a warning. That's like Ilhan. That's like a Trump. That's like a Rand Paul. That's like a Ocasio. That's like somebody that gives you a little hope and some change. Give you a little hope and some change. Like, listen, the system ain't that bad. Come on down a little bit. Put your paw down. I ain't really gonna kill you. I ain't gonna kill you. We ain't that bad. We're fighting each other. It's like, no, they're not fighting each other. All right, let's get going. All right, that's my example. Good morning, everybody. We got Jasmine and Deborah and Sister Mary, Jimmy, Tina. Now, discussion on the mandatory vaccine for everyone. Farmer off the hook. Yeah, Mary, Farmer is off the hook, off the charts, off the chain, and it makes sense, but that's supposed to happen. Why is mandatory vaccine supposed to happen? Well, because we got corporations that bought our government, and we keep voting for them. So what they're going to do, they're going to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to keep doing what the corporations tell them to do. So it doesn't matter if doctors and scientists are now coming out to question vaccines. The only thing that matters is that the people in office do what the corporations tell them to do, so they can get the campaign contributions, so they can maintain their foot in the chair for their political party. That's it. So that's supposed to happen. That actually was supposed to happen. We keep voting for no rights all the time. We vote for people that get in office. None of them honor the Bill of Rights or Constitution. They get money from the corporations, and we keep voting for them. So that's supposed to happen. That is absolute. The only thing, like, you know what, Mary? The only thing on mandatory vaccines, the only option we have is which arm you want it in. You want the right arm or the left arm? That's our only options until people wake up and realize that it's a violation. Now, mind you, people say vaccines are rape. I won't say that. I won't go that far. I can't go that far because I know women who've been through that. I don't liken anything to it because there's nothing like it. But it is a violation. You are taking a device, sticking it in a body that is not yours. That is definitely a violation. That is violence. Violence. 100%. If you don't do it, what are they going to penalize you? Are they going to send some dragoon guards out to do what they're doing to these white kids all to do what the police are doing to these white kids all over the United States? I know. Like I said, I know statistics. I don't play around with that. It's black kids too, and it's Mexican kids too, but the problem is they can abuse all your kids because you still believe in our kids are more important than your kids. And as long as you have people who believe that, as long as some lives matter more, some communities are a little more significant, some communities a little more attention, they're gonna keep doing what they're doing. I was watching a video this morning, they knocked out this poor white dude. Poor white dude. That's the only thing they all have in common. They're poor people, and the police abuse them because that's their job. And they didn't make their job. They didn't write their job description. Their job is to go after the poor people who can't defend themselves. So they go to the people they can abuse. That tends to be poor whites, immigrants, and poor blacks. That's just how it goes. But we keep voting for that, right? That's supposed to happen. If you keep voting, if you keep voting for black legislators that made Black Lives Not Matter by signing the crime bill with Bill Clinton, with a whole bunch of other white folk, then guess what's going to happen? Those lives aren't going to matter. And so they go after the poor. And that's just, so mandatory vaccines, Mary, I get it. It's coming, though. It's coming. Pharmaceutical company, and they're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad. They're not bad mamma jammas. Now, they're illogical, they're immoral and unethical. However, they have a business to run. The bottom line is the bottom line. There is no one evil pharmaceutical god like I'll poison everybody with forced vaccinations and bare aspirin. That's not happening. You have different corporations made up of a lot of different people that keep vying for position in an industry that we allow to continue in a model that pillages the human race and the ecosystems. And so that's supposed to happen. That's a great example. Thank you, Mary. That's a good example. Very good example. That was actually supposed to happen. You're supposed to get forced vaccinations. And you know what's going to happen out of that, Mary? Older people with weakened immune systems are going to have the same sicknesses and illnesses and problems with the side effects that are published by the vaccine makers as young people, as the babies who had those systems. Although they got stem cells active, they can fight a little more. The old people, not so much, but it makes sense. Job. So, what was that? Rockefeller, depopulation, eugenics. Maybe that's what's going on. See, the more that happens, the less I actually doubt all these apocalyptic scenarios. The more that happens, the less I doubt this stuff. I was on Netflix yesterday. Doomsday Preppers, which I had a lot of fun watching. My boys and I, we watched that. We love that shit. We love watching. I won't say crazy people because every day they're less crazy. Every day they're less crazy. But season 2, the premiere was the highest, according to Netflix, it's the highest rated premiere ever in network history. I think you might want to be a little concerned about that. That's what I think. I think you have some people who are actually paying attention and they have some natural fears, and that's causing them to do some things that the rest of us are pretending not even happening. Good morning, Brother Kevin. Good morning, Terry. And messing with the volume. Okay, well, you know what? Let me try to do this. Messing with my voice, is my voice cutting out? I'm turning the music down low as it can go. See if that helps anything. Tell me if it keeps cutting out. Barack Obama is working for Saudi Arabia oil baron who sponsored him as a student to be in politics. Jimmy, that shouldn't surprise anybody. You know, they talk about Manchurian candidates. They talk about the money behind these people. They talk about they start prepping people to be in politics years ahead of time, and we don't do anything about it. We keep voting. We keep chapping, clapping. We keep cheering, and that's not surprising at all. And so he gets in office and do with everything the oil companies want, which tends to be murder and war. Not surprising. That was supposed to happen. I agree with that. Absolutely. I don't talk too much about vax. I know y'all. We can't talk too much about that because they're about to delete all of this. Oh, speaking of you can't censorship, you're not allowed to talk about any neutral discussion around real science when it comes to pharmaceutical products and companies. Somebody who sent me this, brother Jack. I think he sent me Florida. Florida has a bill right now where they're attempting to stop censorship online, where they're going after Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook and these companies that actually ban your post or shadow ban. I don't know how true it is. I don't really know. Sometimes I see this stuff and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy, but I don't know the details. Let me see. Maybe we'll click on that. All right. Y'all still, I see people still, I get pop-ups, they're still talking about okra. That's just nasty. I don't know why y'all would do that to somebody early in the morning. No, I thought it was Brother Jack. It wasn't Jack. Somebody sent me. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I watched part of that. But bad idea. It's like censorship. I'm on the fence. Because it's like, why would you? I get it if government just does a complete free speech thing. I'm conflicted, to be honest. Like, I don't believe in censorship in any way. It's just book burning and silencing people who need voices. But also this government telling corporations what they can and can't do is just as dangerous as corporations telling government what they can and can't do. Like, both of them are highly dangerous. But I figure if you live in the land of free speech, you gotta let people speak. I am a big believer in hate speech. I am. I think hate speech is important. I think when people are upset and emotional and they got a gripe, we as a community are supposed to hear that gripe. I don't think we should close our ears and live in a fantasy world like it doesn't exist. Like the little girl in the zoo and pretending that that's not a tiger behind the glass. We need to know where the tigers are. We need that tiger to growl. Why? We need to know the tiger's hate speech. We need to know and always be involved, engaged in the real world, that there are real world pains that we need to deal with. And banning hate speech to me is like a husband telling his wife, you know what, honey, you're upset, I don't need to hear it. You're upset, I don't need to hear it. Bad things happen at work, shut up, I don't want to hear it. You know, people's pain is very, very real, and silencing people who just want to talk and share their pain with the community, no matter, it gets aggressive, but silencing those people, it requires violence. I think that's a bad idea. But it's interesting. Interesting. Florida. It's snowing there. Brother Daniel. Okay. Obama is working with killing hippos that film us while we take a bath. Hippos, Tina? I thought they were just like guys with pocket protectors behind cameras, like just filming us and stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he works with some bad boys. And it's almost a requirement at the White House. Anyone who thinks Trump isn't also is, I don't know. To stay in the White House, you got to make a lot of deals that I think most of us don't really want to know about. You know, let me see. I'm trying to go down. We could learn a little something from the jaguar. We could learn a lot of something from that jaguar, Angela. We could learn a whole lot of something that was supposed to happen. Real world. That's what we can learn about from the jaguar. That's what that lion can teach us, and that's what the oligarchs are about to teach. That's what the bourgeoisie are teaching the French. We can learn a lot about it, and it's just, somebody who controls all this nonsense is telling them to end that French nonsense. You know that. That's gonna happen. The whole yellow jacket, poor people standing up against the wealthy. Oh hell no. Around the world, like, nah, y'all gonna shut that down. I don't know how you gonna shut it down. But you need to fix that because you're not gonna affect my poor people in America with that nonsense. You're not gonna affect my poor people in Britain. I need gaslit, happy, drinking Kool-Aid and the fluoride and chlorine, taking their vaccine, shutting the hell up and going to work. Dealing with the 1 hour difference in changing. I need them bastards to get up and go to work, not put on no yellow jackets and try to take their world back, even though we're destroying it. We can learn a lot from him. He's licking his chops. He is, Brother Daniel, because that's what he's supposed to do. And eating that little baby is what's supposed to happen. But we use technology and we use a lot of things to hide from reality. In the same way she's hiding behind that glass. Do I think animals seek revenge, Jimmy? I don't know. I think for them now, I think there might have been a nature guy. I think I saw something kind of like it, some theories. I think for the most part, animals, they're not interested in revenge. I think they're interested in instincts and keeping their clear of bastards coming to invade. So I don't think that they want revenge. I think they just want to put something in their stomach and keep the next generation safe. And we can learn a lot from that too. They don't bank accounts where they can have endless amounts of greed. They just, when they kill, it's for food to fill their belly, take care of their young, or to make sure that their young are safe going into the future. Yeah, I don't think that. I think revenge probably might be more of a human concept. I got some sociology friends. I think revenge, that's on us. I think that's all on us. I think that's a human evolved concept. Millions of distractions, yes, Lori, all over the place. Let me see. You want to get upset, Brother G? Tag him in some okra link. No, that didn't make me upset, Daniel. Okra didn't make me upset, but that's what's supposed to happen. You tag me in some okra post, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's slimy, it's nasty, give you bubble guts. Not supposed to be in the human belly. Yes, does it have medicinal benefits? Yes, okra does. It's got some side effects too. It's called me vomiting up on your table. It's got all kind of side effects. My body doesn't like it. I just don't think we need to mess with it. That's all I'm saying. That side effect, cause and effect. Cheer the effect. You be happy with the cause. Keep voting in a system that murders people as a business for the GDP and stealing their resources. Guess what? You're gonna have more war. It doesn't matter if it's Bernie's face, Ocasio's face, Ilhan's face, Trump's face, Obama's face. You keep voting for a system and the GDP requires war and colonization and globalism and stealing your rights. It's a guarantee it's going to keep happening. You're not going to stop it. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Mary. A little late. Good morning. Let me see. Bear sacred for a reason. Yeah, Tina, the bear sacred because the bear eats your butt, eats your belly, your butthole, your eyes, your nose. It does not discriminate, and it like it now. The bear is sacred because the bear wants to murder you. The bear is a murder machine. But you know what? But it's still just about the belly, though. The bear is as much of a murder machine as bears are, and a short bear that grows to be 20 feet tall. Thank goodness they went extinct. Because imagine a bear standing on top of your house. Like, think about a short-faced bear. Imagine a North American bear, short-faced bear, walking up to your house and just standing on the top of your awning. Like his paws would be on your roof like this. You walk out the house in the morning, all you see is bear dingling like why are you going to work? I kept stuff, I'm late. Damn it. Damn, clock change. I forgot about this. Get stuff, walk out the house in the morning, and you see this 3-foot penis bear staring at you like, hey, okay, this is the real world, huh? I will be staying home today, you know. So yeah, bears are sacred because bears used to murder, and we have a fear of bears. Have you seen some of those grizzly bear charges online? Like when they come at you, it just enacts some like DNA handed down cellular memory instinctive fear. They're sacred because they are murder machines. If anything is like God, it's like a bear. Bears are bad mamma jammers, but they keep us in reality. But we use technology to hide from reality, like the little girl behind the glass, like my friends and all their social media or mainstream media posts. They like to hide from reality. Nobody wants to say we got an oligarch. That's why half of my posts always put the word oligarchy in there. More and more use the word government. I just call it what it is. It's an oligarchy. That's what it is. You are literally voting for something you have no control over at all. It's like taking a toddler and releasing them in the zoo. Go see the animals. Go see the monkeys and the bears and whatever else. I'm gonna go to the snack bar and get me just a toddler. Just come on. You don't never know what's gonna happen. That's what like voting. In a world where oligarchy controls every damn thing. They don't care nothing about your votes or the people you put in office. That's like releasing your child in the zoo. Like, we'll see what happens. You have absolutely no control. You're not getting that baby back. And that's what we're doing, kicking the can down the road, not dealing with the problems we make. Yeah, I see y'all posting on okra. I'm gonna ignore them too. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my live stream privilege to ignore your okra. That's nasty. It's too early in the morning to talk about that. Who was talking about that? No, I see something about some batter fry. Shut up, stop it. Okra is nasty, fried, dyed, laid to the side, raw in a smoothie. I drank that nasty okra smoothie to prove a point. That's it. I never do that again in my life. I cut the camera off. I didn't vomit, but I damn sure wanted to. It doesn't work with me. Stop it. Y'all behave. I don't talk about no damn okra. It's too early. I don't talk about poop in the morning. Don't talk about no okra. All right, let me go down. I'm way up in comments. What y'all want to talk about today before we go? Republicans are in charge right now, so Tina, none of the Republicans ain't in control of a damn thing. But that's the narrative. That's how they get people. That's how they pull them in. Oh, we gotta get the house back. You gotta get the house that's raping the world. That's a good idea. You want that house? We gotta control the house. You really, huh? That's a house. You like that idea, huh? Okay. Well. We don't think about the long-term side effects of keeping the system in. Republicans ain't in control of a damn thing. Neither the Democrats. All they're in control of is when they get to appear on TV by what kind of ridiculous dumb stuff that come out their mouth. That's why Ocasio doing her thing. Girl putting it down. I don't know if half the posts y'all say about her are true though. Did she really say stuff that stupid? Is she over 26? Does she have a frontal lobe yet? That's what I'm curious about. If she's over 26 and she has a frontal lobe, if not, but then again, if she doesn't have a frontal lobe, she probably can make decisions like the rest of Congress. She probably fit right in. But I don't believe half the stuff. I don't think, even if she's 25, so I don't think you can be that. Okay, never mind. You can't be. It's America. You can be anything you want to be, baby. You can be anything. You don't have to, the earth can be a donut shape. It can be anything you want it to be. Let me see. The whole U.S. is us versus them division. Right, Tina? They divide us up and they run everything. And people act like it's a good idea. I don't think it is. I believe vaccines at birth aren't used to stop the growth of the mind. So it's enslaved. Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you're saying, John. Yeah, they put metals in there. It's a bad idea. I have an analogy when it comes to metals. It's like, to me, the human brain is like a circuit board. And it's not vaccines, it's just all metal, so don't turn the video off. Don't delist it. I ain't hating on your vaccines. I just hate on your force over me. That's all I hate on. Or your force on somebody else. That's all I hate on. It's not about vaccines. It's about force. Force is wrong. That's violence. You can't use violence against people. You can't violate people because corporations give you money. But the human brain is like a circuit board, right? And so having to do with heavy metals, whether it's in the water or vaccines or drugs or whatever the food you're eating. When you get too many metals coalescing in the brain, it's like taking metal shavings and shaking them on a circuit board. Like somebody opens your laptop and you expose the circuit board, and somebody takes metal shavings and just starts shaking them on the board. You know what's going to happen as soon as the metal start landing and the electric communication, the bits, ones and zeros are supposed to be translating like a human brain, like neurons and dendrite connections, and how they're set up a certain way so you can think. Your laptop's going to have trouble thinking when people start shaking heavy metals, aluminums and metals into your laptop. That's like shaking water into your laptop. You're connecting neurons that shouldn't be connected. That's for the dendrite connectors. You're connecting capacitors that shouldn't be connected with other pieces of electrical components. You create autism. That's why I don't play when it comes to it. When that scientist came forward from the CDC and said MMR causes autism, I was like, that actually makes a hell of a lot. Your laptop is going to have trouble thinking if you're bridging connections that aren't supposed to be bridged. If you put heavy metals in your brain, your child is going to have trouble thinking. So, Brother John, you're kind of onto something. That kind of makes some sense. I don't want to go too far down that road because they'll shut it off. If our Facebook, Zuckerberg already make that statement. He is not interested in your talking about your freedom to not have someone jab a device in you and spray a chemical product. We're in a deep ship. We are in a deep ship, Angela. We're in a deep ship, and we're under Admiralty law, if I understand it, right? It's the Borg. Yes, it is, Daniel. Resistance is futile. Resistance is futile unless it's everybody. Like, you got to bring the whole Federation. You can't just bring Captain Picard in one ship. You want to take on the deep state, you're going to have to bring everybody. That's why I was trying to post it yesterday. I was like, white pride. Or no, white pie. I'm like, yep, I agree with white pie. 100%. 100% agree with white pie. I agree with white pie. No problem with that at all. It doesn't bother me at all to hear. Totally agree with that. I agree with black pie too. Black pie. I agree with black pie too. Yellow pie. Purple pie. I agree with all them powers. My problem is that you separate all the powers up, then the powers that be laugh at you all and they control everything and enslave all your kids. But if you get white pie, black pie, purple pie, yellow pie, Russian pie, you get all these pies together. Pie, Venezuela pie, you get all the pies. You make a big Crayola box that scares the hell out of the people who are running things. That's the only thing they are feared. They're not feared. They're not scared of white pie. They're not scared of black pie. They are scared of everybody. You got to bring everybody to take on the board, or resistance is futile. That's why I don't have anything to do with it. When you see everybody getting together and all the white lives matter, the black lives matter, and the yellow vests, and everybody get together and they don't want to section up in groups. I don't want to be too close to him. I don't want to touch his arm. He's touching my arm. No. When we grow the hell up and we realize there's only one damn thing that big line right there is, well, actually ain't nothing in that line. Nope, never mind. I take that back. That line ain't scared of a damn thing. It's like the bear. The bear would take on a herd of lions if you come after his cub. The oligarchy, they have fear. They have fear, and that's why they censor. The only thing they're scared of is all of y'all coming. That's when they know resistance is futile. That's when they know their resistance isn't futile. That's when you all get freedom. But as long as they can divide you up and make you stupid on colors, like, I'm sorry, like, just think about it for a minute. Just process it for a minute. Like, literally, in 2019, we live on a planet where human beings are a sentient creature with a brain and neurons and dendrite connections actually divides itself up on colors of their skin. That's nutty to me. How is that not the most ridiculous damn thing in the universe you've ever heard? We've sent probes to the farthest outlying planets in our solar system, and we got people on our planet, very prominent people, a whole bunch of them, all colors, races, and size and shapes, that divide themselves up on the color of their skin. Like, that's why I don't think we make it. I don't think we make it this rendition. I think we need to be bred with some ants or something, because they put us with monkeys. We're not doing too well. Twitter and Facebook should be considered utilities and cover the FCC phone regulations. I hear what you're saying, Jimmy, because today doesn't work. Today doesn't work. I'm fearful of government, and FCC should not even exist. I don't think the FCC is constitutional, right? So I'm fearful of government control. Like, I don't know a good solution. I know that the continuing to censor people so that the mainstream media right is a mistake. It's such a mistake. I just don't know if the FCC and calling it utilities is the right answer. I don't want government having that control either. I think if anything, figure out how to make it community owned. We got to make it citizen owned, where like a cafe or something. Like, I don't know, being out of the park. It needs to be free speech, like being at a right, where people can decide. I don't want to hear a speech, I'm gonna walk away. If I want to be a child, I don't want to hear the real pain of the lion. I don't want to hear the lion roar, so I know what the real world is like. I want to live in a fantasy world and pretend that hate doesn't exist. Then they can walk away. I think that, but they're sovereigns, right? You got to give people a right to do that. That's what they really want to do. I think that's a mistake. That means we live in fantasy worlds. We can't address problems, but there are the people who want to do that. And you can't tell them that they don't want to hear it. But I don't think we want to give the federal government any more power. The federal government's already taken more power than what it should have. The federal government already needs to be rebooted back to almost nothing. In fact, not only that, but because of their abuse of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and treason and murdering its own people and sending its troops to fight for oil companies, and we need to take more power from them. I think that's the in effect. I want a constitutional convention, but the problem is that the state, while the state politicians aren't probably as corrupt as the federal ones, they're still corrupt too. And giving them the right to put in amendments and alter them, that's a dangerous thing. I don't know that we have much of a choice, but the federal government has to be completely shut down and rebooted minimally back to a constitutional perspective. All of those laws deleted that are completely unconstitutional, that pit all the Americans against each other, and then you need to take more power from them. It was a bad experiment. The federal government was a horrible, failed experiment, and it needs to largely go away. Like even the Department of Education, obviously their intent is not education, and we continue on with this, and they're the Department of Indoctrination. What's going to happen? You're going to make more clones and drones of children. They're not educate children. My perspective on education is you let teachers educate. They're the educators, damn it. They got degrees in education. They're supposed to educate. Let them educate. Leave them alone. The principal's supposed to be the principal of education. Let them principalize that school. That's their thing. Let them do that. And the neat thing is, you know who the teachers we like growing up, the teachers we love? There was like a whole sustainable circle of a system. We loved the teachers who made education fun or interesting. We didn't just be in the fun category. If you were a teacher who made education fun or interesting, you were one of the favorite teachers in the school, and the kids all loved you. Christmas time was great for those teachers. Their birthday was great for those teachers. Those teachers were like gods walking in the hallways because we, the kids, loved them. We couldn't wait to get to their classes. Everything they said, we jumped off, and it was time to be silent. We listened. Why? Because education was fun. It was interesting to learn, and we loved it. And that's education is. To me, if it's not fun or interesting, it's not education. You're not teaching people. You're beating them in the head with something. It's just not a Bible. You're beating them in the head with something that you want to stick in, and that's a mistake. So Department of Education shouldn't be there either. So I'm afraid of giving them any power. I think there just needs to be a department of funding. Teachers need money. Teachers need the ability to have fun. They need the ability to take kids on classroom trips. And I remember we went to the swamp. My biology teacher, she was a nut. I remember her name, what's her name? Miss Hebert. Miss Hebert took us to the swamp. Like, what the hell? We had to bring some. I went up and said, Daddy, I gotta take some boots to school. You gotta take some what? I gotta take some boots. You gotta take some boots to school. What are you taking boots to school for? I got my boots when we were walking in the swamps. Just out there, just grabbing all kind of mud and mosquitoes and slugs and okra and nasty stuff and cow poo and say, look at this, this is this. Smash it, put it in the microscope, look at it. And it was fun. We loved it. But that's what we have to get back to. That, to me, that's education. If the kids don't want to be there, they shouldn't be there. To me, that's tyranny. Don't force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. The first country that grows the hell up enough that makes education fun and interesting for children, you get that nation 20 years. You give them 20 years. If we don't destroy the planet by then, that nation will run every damn thing. They will have the highest technology. They will have free energy. They'll have flying drones. They'll have free delivery pizza, AI working for them, they will be the most enlightened, educated, amazing population ever. I'm gonna add to that. And the next nation that actually makes food free, because it's always been free, houses and water free, and they make the robots and automation do that. That's going to be the most loving population you ever. There's going to be no violence anywhere. Rape won't even exist in their country. Abuse will completely go away. All the violations that everybody do to each other, robbing, mugging, all of that gang activity, none of that will even exist. And we know this. We don't do this. So what's happening today is what's supposed to happen. People being raped and robbed, thrown in streets, home invasions. This is supposed to happen. We're supposed to be here today because we keep cheering for it. Gerard, don't you think the scale of issues you're discussing are too large for most people to believe they can make a difference? Absolutely agree, Kevin. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I ain't never disagreed with anything Kevin said. Well, we kind of slightly on the person who sent me, but I don't really disagree. I don't believe in leaders anymore. But yeah, it's kind of big to grasp. I think we hit a lot of wide topics, but that's kind of, I won't say it was my intent, Kevin. Like I got a lot of people here who are from diverse backgrounds, right? From different countries, from different exposure. And so it is all bubbling up into probably a higher level of understanding and enlightenment. I think most people here that have that when new folks come in, they're like, what? But that line pretty damn big too, isn't it? That line's pretty damn big. And the little girl is trying to take it in and she's trying to process her world, even though this big lion just wants to put her in his belly. Like, I think that we're kind of so far past baby steps. I think spirituality might be the right answer. It's not an answer or a question or anything. It's you fight the good fight because you're supposed to fight the good fight. Right? It's like people ask me a question, Kevin, and say, well, you really think you're going to win? Who said I do this to win? I'm not. You think I get up in the morning, I come and I do this to win something? I'm not interested in winning. There's no win. It's just doing what's right. And I think as parents and adults and grown-ups, we have to get back to that spot where we do what's right. We don't worry about where the chips fall. I need the chips to fall where I need them to fall. The chips to fall and try to guide the chips. No, I think we just say what's true and let the chips fall where they may. Like something bigger is in control of all of this. Whether people call it God or whatever, I'm fine with that. I don't know anything about that. But what I do know is I'm supposed to fight the good fight. I'm supposed to stand up for children. I'm supposed to stand up for abused women, not abused-ish. I mean, I stand up for abused-ish. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think your husband buying you roses on Wednesday and calling you fat is the same level of abuse as rape and being trapped in a warlord, in a warlord's country because our Congress keeps sending weapons. There's levels. Like, I don't want your husband to call you fat. Yeah, I get that. That's not good. Psychologically, could do a lot of damage over the long term. But I think we got to embrace reality and we got to fight the good fight. And don't worry where the chips fall. Don't worry where the chips fall. I'm going to stand up for the most abused people. I'm going to stand up for the most voiceless children. I'm going to stand up for voiceless women and just let the chips fall where they may. People can grasp it or they can't grasp it, but I'm not interested in winning. I don't know that there is anything to win. I think that if the vast majority of people on our planet are okay with all this violence and destruction, and they're not capable of expanding their mind to take in the concepts that all these people here are talking about, then we shouldn't exist. I think that I'm okay with that. I just think we have to fight the good fight. And I think spirituality is a great thing. I think that helps you. When you realize that something greater is in control of all of this, then we're less likely to have a need and a want to control what happens to the human race. Like, to me, that's to a degree, that's like fighting evolution. I think either we got it or we don't got it. Let me see. I saw the okra smoothie show. Well, okay, Lori, I'm glad you did. I'm gonna delete it. Nasty. Why even did I don't know. I don't know why I did. I was trying to prove a point. I was trying to get people to drink smoothies, and I was trying to show them that you can take the nastiest thing on the planet, just below mutation of bacteria called, what's that called? Aspartame? That they put in all the candy. You think of the most horrible thing you can think of, and you can actually put it in a smoothie. You put the right mixture of different things that you like, you can taste it. And so I got the avocado, and I got my bananas, and I got the okra, and I got all of that, some greens, put all of it in, blended it up, and drank it. And I didn't taste the okra at all. I didn't. I didn't taste the okra. I swallowed it all. But I saw it. I saw it. That was my. I saw the okra, and I saw me put it in there. If you know what, it's probably psychological, Lori. If I didn't actually see putting the okra in there, I probably wouldn't even known. But I knew. I knew. And the gut back, because the gut is that Dee Dee. Dee Dee talks about the gut brain. We got a gut brain. And the gut brain saw the eye. What the eye saw told the gut brain it's okra in here, and the okra in the gut brain said, "Oh hell no!" And it said, "Digestion, get the moving." Bubble gut, get the bubbling. So yeah, smoothies are good though. Smoothies are great for you. That's it. If you have some sort of a condition, an ailment where you need to take some herbs, or people tell you eat bananas, get potassium, get this, get that, and you don't like that food, and you need it raw, you want to cook it and hide it, make a smoothie. Take all of that stuff. If your herbalist or your naturopathic doctor, which I tell everybody they need to have, says eat these things, eat these herbs, get all those herbs together, and how much the amounts they tell you, stick it in a blender with some apples and bananas and other fruits and vegetables you like, little avocado, little almond, blend that sucker up and drink it every morning. You know, you don't have to like put it in a salad and just, I don't like salads, you know, because that's torture. That's like sending a child to school and not having recess and forcing them to be educated in topics they hate and they don't find fun or interesting. That's torture. That's tyranny. That's an abuse. That's violence. That's an abuse of sovereignty. You know, you want to eat healthy and have fun with it. And smoothies are a great way to do it. So is juicing. Did y'all see the talk yesterday? We did a talk with Sister Helena. We talked about grow towers. She went and saw some grow towers, so we were talking about healthy eating. Well, growing to a degree. I don't like to remake points all the time, but that was a good video. You should watch that. I'm not anti-vax. I'm against injected with poison. Yeah, and you know what, Mary? I'm gonna go with you on that. I'm not anti-vax, and I'm not anti-injection with poison. I am anti you telling somebody else what to do with their body. That's what I'm anti. You know, you were given that right in the Constitution. You were given that right in natural law. You were given that right because every creature on the planet has that right. I'm against you. I'm against all violation. That's it. Try to keep it simple. I'm against all violation. Let me see. Good morning, Linda. I don't want to miss out on YouTube. We're all controlled by money, the lack thereof. We're all controlled by money, the lack thereof. Understand how they do it, and you can fight them, but you have to know what is true first. Absolutely, Linda. Absolutely. Swing away. With money, equity for all, the violence is mostly gone. With a good wage, well, with a good wage, lack is gone. Right. Well, Linda, with a good wage and also with just good knowledge. We know that robots can produce all this stuff in automation. So I'm not really a job guy. You know, I'm not interested in jobs. I'm not interested in people working for big corporations. I'm interested in them doing some growing of their own and owning land to do that. But it's that lack. If you can take something out of a community, you can get aggressive behavior, like the lion. If you don't feed that lion will figure out a way to get through. Like for the lion, it also is about, it's an energy conversation too. It's like, you know what? I got to put food in my belly. That little girl is food. But I know the guy with the hat comes and he's got a bucket. And in that bucket is going to be my food. So I'm not going to charge the glass and keep attacking. You know, I want to use as little energy as possible to get as much energy in as possible. So it's a conversation of that. And that's what Linda's explaining is the monetary system. Right? When you have a system that's based in lack and you're born in a game of Monopoly and you don't have anything, but the elites who've always been there got everything, then they can get you to do anything they want. You know, because you need those things to survive. But not only that, if you want what they have, I don't blame the billionaires. I talk about this stuff a lot, but I don't blame them because most people want to be them. How can I blame them and they're actually right? The billionaires, they're all right, except for Elon Musk. He's out of order. He gave up his patents yesterday. Y'all see that? He gave up all his patents. I don't know who he gave them to, but I think he's supposed to be making all his patents for Tesla public. But the billionaires are right because most people just want to be them. So they're correct staying where they are. They're correct keeping the world model the way it is because most people, they want to keep fighting this pyramid fight to the top. Very few people are sustainable enough to understand that when we're fighting each other, that's what actually keeps them up there. Like that actually is what does it. You go to college, get your degree in education. That's actually why they're there. And you hate them the whole time, but you want to be them. You want to have their lifestyle. You want their house, their car, their wife, all of that stuff. And so they should be. When more people don't want them to be there, then they quite literally, as Brother Kevin we were talking about, they literally go away. When people stop trying to be billionaires, the billionaires can't be billionaires. They go away. That's the only reason they exist. The only reason the elite are in place big enough to buy governments with these corporations is because people want to be them. When people stop wanting to be them, they go away. Lack is created by our government. Absolutely, Linda. People study artificial scarcity. It's a word, look it up. Look at the definition. We are kept scarce. They don't want to bring jobs here. They bring jobs here, then there'll be too much abundance. Human beings in abundance, they have like happy things. They have too much happy. You can't make them go to work when they're happy. You know, it's like the kings, they couldn't make people go fight France and go fight in their army if they had like a nice farm and food and a pretty wife, a pretty husband who's actually fixing things around the farm. You got to take away people's happy to make them do things. And so we, in that way, they create our change with artificial scarcity. Money is the issue that encourages scarcity. Exactly, Kevin, because money is survival. If we don't have money, we can't survive. That's why everybody loves it. And they can't process it, like Kevin's saying, they can't process a world without money because they were indoctrinated to it, and they indoctrinate their kids to want to chase after it too, to love it too. People like, they answer the question, Kevin, they'll say, I don't love money. I said, you don't love money? No, that's the love of money. That's the problem, not the money. And I don't love money. I said, oh yeah? Do you love food? Oh, I love food. How you get food? Do you love I love my car. You love your car? How you get that car? I love my house. Oh yeah, how you get that? I love my husband. I love my wife. Oh yeah, how you get them? I love it when my kids are happy. Oh yeah, how you make them happy? Uh-huh. Oh, but I don't love money. I don't have a love them. Okay. It's our change. All right, let me see. Bought a beautiful antique world globe yesterday after spinning it around and looking at all the countries and lands divided by the lines and thought of 8.5 billion in the new defense proposal that approves cuts to programs and food stamps and Medicare. Again, oh dang it, it just rolled up. All right, I missed the point. I'm sorry. I'm way up. Let me come down. I'm trying to look at stuff that people have said, stuff that I hadn't mentioned yet. School system is so broken. Poor Luca is floundering. He has a neurodevelopment issue that the school is dragging feet to test and blame him for being unable to keep up. It takes him 2 hours to complete one assignment. Damn it, I left a message when I was upset, yelling at the school for failing him. Well, you know what? And the school, sounds like Dee Dee, the schools in Canada, they're designed to fail like the American school, right? You know, there is no keeping up. That doesn't exist. There is no such thing as keeping up. Little brother Luke has been through some rough times. When you go through rough times, you shouldn't be forced to keep up. There is no keeping up. He learns at his own pace if he didn't go through hard times. But, and me having recently lost my father, I understand. Shoot, I went through some rough times recently too. And my state, oh, I wouldn't tell you what they did, them little bastards. These systems are cold and hard, and they're callous, and they don't care, right? They set these standards of what you're supposed to do. Your parent dies, and you're not processing because your brain is doing what it's supposed to do. It's grieving, and they don't care. You know, so there is no keeping pace, and Luca's right where he needs to be. Don't let anybody ever tell you Luca's not where he's exactly where he needs to be, and he's learning at the exact pace he's supposed to based on the brain he has, what he's been through and experienced in his life. He's perfect, right where he needs to be. It's the school system that's broken, and I wouldn't let up. I know you're not gonna let up. DJ ain't gonna let up her. I know you ain't gonna let up, and don't let up on them. Always fight for your babies. Always fight for your babies. You didn't see the beginning of the video. beginning of the video. You need to go back and watch that. Always fight for your babies. Don't ever give up. The animal kingdom is a great explanation of that. That was the one where I showed the one where the brown bear chased the black bear up the pole. The animals don't play. We're the only ones who let things play with our youth. We're the only ones that let Department of Educations and other adults of other species called play around with our children. The monkeys don't allow that activity. The baboons don't allow that damn activity. The chimps don't allow anything to come in and abuse their children. The lions don't. The tigers don't. They all protect their youth. We're the only ones and just give them. They just give them away. There you go. Don't take them. You're going to educate them. You're going to save them and, you know. And they're oligarchy, too. People who are murdering people all around the planet with the U.S. military. And we just cough our kids up to them. Educate them. Teach them. Don't ever give up on your babies. Trust the animal kingdom. Love smoothies. I do too. Do it again, Gerard. Hell no, Lord. I'm not drinking an okra smoothie again. It was an example. That's all. It's an example. I did the example. My body said, don't ever do that mess again. I make you throw up. My stomach said that to it. Literally, I heard an audible voice. It said, I make you throw up and had diarrhea on camera at the same damn time. Don't you put no okra in a smoothie. And I trust it. I ain't ever doing that again. It was an example. I was proving a point. Let me see. It's completely psychological. Everything is psychological. Absolutely, Tina. Obviously, I'm talking about public education here. Unfortunately, you will have to make the time after hours to go, or go to some form of homeschooling. Okay, Mary. I guess y'all having a conversation. I don't know what y'all talking about. Milk does that to me. Okay, Lord, then you shouldn't drink milk. Gut biome is like an ocean. Yes, Dee Dee, it is like an ocean. It's an ocean that literally keeps you alive. And drinking poison and pesticides and taking these drugs that the pharmaceutical companies make and drinking the fluoride and chlorine water wipes that out. Murders a whole lot of your thinkers. We have a gut brain, like Dee Dee. I totally agree with you. There is a gut brain, because scientists say it's real thing. It's a real deal. And you drink that crap and you put all that stuff in your stomach, you get an upset stomach and the bubble guts and all that stuff, the okra and toxins. Yeah, if you can't think in depression, if you can't think when somebody fights in the room, in the movie theaters, you can't watch the movie somebody fight. You know, you can't think when you might smell gas, like a gas pipeline broke or something. You know, you can't think. You're not thinking. It's the same thing, your gut brain. You think that thing is thinking when you're like throwing poison and toxins down laboratory made manufactured things, GMO food that's never existed on this planet, that it's never seen and doesn't know how to break down. Do you think that it's thinking? It ain't thinking for you. It's like, I need to destroy this and get this the hell out of here, because my dumb driver driving this body doesn't seem to realize that crap ain't food. It's like we have a vomit reflex. That's what they say. That's where the vomit reflex comes from, is when you smell something and it's rotten and your gut brain, you say, oh, damn, what the hell is that? That ain't fresh. It makes you get it like that. And just in case, because it knows, and this is what we evolved. If you went up to a lake of anaerobic water in a swamp and you were about to drink in a bunch of anaerobic bacteria and disease that's going to murder a bunch of your gut brain like, don't you put that in here. I will make you vomit all of that crap out. Trust your stomach. Trust your stomach. That's why I don't eat no okra. My stomach's like, that stuff is anaerobic, it's slimy, it's gut slug guts. Don't put that in me. All right. I'm sorry. I'm off on the okra things. They had me going this morning. The terrorist attacked me this morning. It was a terrorist attack. It was coordinated. Like America shut down the power grid in Venezuela. Did y'all hear about that? America shut down the power grid in Venezuela. And that was supposed to happen. We didn't stop it. Everybody cheered for destroying Venezuela when Bush was in office. They cheered for destroying Venezuela and put Obama in office. They cheered for destroying Venezuela, kept the Republicans and Democrats in office, got Trump in office. And of course, Venezuela's going to fall. The power's supposed to be shut off, cause and effect. Let's not be surprised like, oh, the CIA blew up. They used their cybersecurity unit to blow up the substation in Venezuela. Now they got most of their power back. And Maduro said that, not me, so don't get me with a hashtag fake news. Maduro said that. He knows what's happening in this country more than I do. And we know that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to start a revolt. To me, how I think, how you change those things is you get Pompeo, you get what's the other coward's name? Elliot Abrams, coward, put him on a tractor with Pompeo, and there's one other bastard. Pence. That man ain't never been in a church Christ ever been. Look at his cold eyes. You know, I don't see that in Trump. I see in Trump eyes, I see. But in Pence's eyes, oh no, you see there's something that ain't supposed to be there. That's that get that exorcist thing. But you go ahead and put them on the track and go and send them down to Venezuela. They want to start a revolt, y'all go ahead and start your revolt. That's what you do. Don't use my tax dollars. Don't use my CIA. Don't use my FBI, my Homeland Security, my soldiers, my troops of young men and women in my nation who want to serve my nation, not your oil companies. Y'all get on the track to take your butt on down to Venezuela and start your own revolt. How about that? How about that? See how long you last. About as long as putting Obama and Clinton and Bush and all them, sending them to Iraq, Afghanistan, or Syria. That's how long your life expectancy of an oligarch stooge in a foreign nation they're destroying. How much of a life expectancy? All right, censorship. Oh, I missed it. All right, I got to move down faster. All right, I'm way up in comments. I move down. Bill Gates refused to vax his own kids. Get it? Boom, Victoria. Simple point. Very simple point. I know doctors who want. I know doctors who they're just checking the box. They got the bill, the house, the wife. They got to pay for that. They got to get the kids through college. They don't actually give it to their children, but they'll cheer it on TV. And that's the real story. It's ugly, but it's true. I worked in the pharmaceutical industry. I know some of the scientists. They were all very clear. This is a job. I'm making money. My kids don't get this. You know, and if people don't see that, you know, it's like, okay. I introduced personally many things to my kids when they were little. They already had an advantage over kids whose parents didn't. Yeah, in heaven, and that's our job. You're supposed to be the mama bear, take your cubs around and show them things the other kids can't see and teach them. Advertising the $400 million jackpot all over the radio station yesterday. They're saying, you get your tickets, girl, you get your tickets, get your lottery tickets. Sandy, I have never bought a lottery ticket in my life. I actually don't want the money. I don't want the money. Like I said, I'm still waiting for a billionaire to give me $1 billion so I can pump it into a company and give away free food and housing. So it never happened because the billionaires killed the billionaire that gave me the money. I don't actually want money. I had money. I have no interest in money. Money doesn't make me happy. There's nothing about money that actually, money is like a little bonus, Sandy. Money, it can let me do a few extra things. It's like a bonus on top of my happy, but I'm already happy. I don't need money to be happy. It's just like a little bonus thing. It's like the question about living, you know, what do you do for a living? People ask that question. I hate that question. Because I always answer the same way now. What do I do for a living? I live. That's what I do. I live. Well, I meant, how do you make money? Well, you should have asked me that. You should ask me, how do I do slavery? You asked me the wrong question. This is, what am I a slave to? Okay, well, I'm currently slaving in this slave occupation on this plantation. But how do I live? And how I make money doesn't drive how I live. How I live drives where I'll go to make money. You get what I'm saying? Like, I live for a living. And tomorrow, my living, what makes me happy, might determine what I'm doing tomorrow, right? My ethics and morals means I might not be working for the companies. My ethics and morals means I might not be working for the pharmaceutical company. My ethics and morals and me living and what brings me joy and gets me up in the morning, that I think I'm a decent person, I'm trying to be a better person tomorrow, means I might not work for Burger King, damn it. Means I might have to stop selling these things, you know? And so I live for a living. That's what I think people should do. But yeah, I've never played the lottery in my life. I don't want to win it. All I'm gonna do is give it away anyway. Are you choosing money or memories? Ask people. Ooh, go on, Cheryl. That's it. Living for a living. He's clinically depressed with anxiety that breaks him. They're blaming him for not keeping up because they're morons and tell them they're nut jobs. Your nut jobs and your wackos. Tell them to do their damn job. You pay their salary. Do your damn job. If you wanted 30 clones in the classroom, then damn it, you should have went into software engineering. You don't have clones. You have human beings and kids. All of their experiences are real. Everything they feel is real. Treat them like they're human beings and they're children, not little bastards that you have because you want to clone, because you want to hurry to get out early. Back in the day, teachers used to stay late. They used to stay late. They didn't race home, get in their car. We got to get away from these damn kids. At 2:59, the teachers would stay late. They're like, oh, you need some help, Gerard? Okay, why don't you stay late? And I go over stuff with you. Go not to their office because you couldn't do that. That's back when the kids have sex with you. They're still doing some of that nasty stuff. But they would stay late in the classroom. You need a little extra help? Come on. You know, I'll eat my lunch here at the table. You sit right there. Let's do some math. You know, but we're no longer putting teachers in that love kids. And this is another failing. This is another on point that was supposed to happen. When you got a Department of Education and you stop making education about having fun and teaching children and learning, and you started making more about indoctrinating children, giving them math, science, English, screw art, screw music, screw anything fun, throw away recess, you made an environment that people who love children actually don't want to be in. I grew up in a family of teachers. They want to express themselves. They want to be professionals. They want to come up with their own lessons. They don't want somebody, big brother hanging over their back, a federal Department of Education, telling them how to run their damn classroom. They do it because they like the joy in kids' face. They do it because they like it when the kid comes back to their dad, say, "Mister, I got an A on the test. I'm happy." You know, they love that. And that's why they teach. But it's supposed to happen that most teachers are like, you know what, I'm in between careers. Damn it, I hate kids, but this is a paycheck. So damn it, do your homework. You know, and that's what's supposed to happen. Cause and effect. You know, we keep cheering this Department of Education thing, central man, it's supposed to happen. It's like police violence. It's supposed to happen. That's supposed to be happening right now. And that's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's supposed to be happening. Policing has become keeping us in line. You know, all the political parties, they want a police state, and they got that police state, and it's getting bigger because people line up who they vote for next. So the police state's going to get worse. You'll see more white kids beat up, and white kids shot by police. You see more black kids beat up, black kids shot by police. You can see a lot more shooting people at the border. Why? Because we've normalized it. This is normal and it's okay. We can act surprised all we want when this happens, but we keep standing up for it. So we're going to keep getting it. Let me see. The wealthy are investing in the stock market and gambling with it. Absolutely they are, Linda, and scarcity is what makes that work. They got to play keep away with resources, keep away with things that allow human beings to have life, and you can control those human beings. So I have no interest in the stock market. The stock market is criminal and evil. The whole thing from the top to the bottom. You should not be invested in the stock market. Take your money out and put it in something human. Take your money out and stuff it in a mattress. Take your money out, I don't know, buy houses, real estate. Do something decent and sentient with your money. But the stock market actually shouldn't exist. It literally is a scarcity market. It is literally based on prices and economics of keeping things away from people who actually need them. And that's insane. And that's why prices go up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not against capitalism or communism, but you never had either. You never had real socialism, you never had real communism, and you damn sure ain't never got no real capitalism. You have a crony-based system. When you have free market capitalism, the price of everything continues to go down like you wouldn't believe. Why? Because everybody wants to make money. But the cronies made sure that you can't make those things. You can't start that business. You can't do that. So the price of everything goes up. Why? Because stock prices got to go up. Why? Because corporations in there, they make money on stocks going up and people investing in them. So the price of everything that's being selling, they got to sell more and the price has to go up. And it's the biggest scam since the beginning of the biggest scam. There's no invisible hand. We learned that in business school. That's the invisible hand that controls the markets. No, it's John D. Rockefeller's hand. It's Rothschild got a hand in the finger. It's a hand control. It's two hands. And it's controlled by 12 families, and they control the damn markets. You know, what is it? Quiet weapon for silent wars. If I said that right, is it silent weapons for quiet wars? I forgot. I'm supposed to read that on here. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. No, there's no quietness, no silent hand controlling markets. It's people, it's oppression, keeping prices going up. Artificial scarcity, planned obsolescence. That's what makes your GDP. All right, I'm way up in count. Let me get way down. Sister Nora's in the house. Yo, I've been telling you who the, all right, Nora, I don't even know where that fits in. I'm sorry, girls, way up in post. Bridging bad connections. Jeannie, all right. Real president is Pence. That's a scary thought, Nora. That scares the hell out of me. Although I know Trump doesn't want to be there. I know he's like, oh, damn it, I didn't mean to do this. And he's just acting a fool because he's just, I don't, like I said, I don't think he actually wanted to win. That's a scary thing. But when it comes to invading, colonization and Venezuela, Pence is taking over. When it comes to the global stuff, he's definitely got that voice. So even if Trump meant well, it doesn't really matter. If he meant well for the people who voted for him, it didn't really matter. Because the oligarchs control everything. Everything is crony. You want to talk eyes Biden? No, Patricia, that's hands. That brother got the hand. He got the creepy, got the fingers always in cookie jars that not supposed to be in it. By cookie jar, I mean children. That man has a problem. He had a real problem, Patricia. I don't know why people, and they pretend they don't see it. They're like, I don't see it. Biden 2020. I'm like, you know where he puts his hands? You know he's constantly kissing little kids. Like, I don't even see it because he's a Democrat. He's okay. Like, no. Even the war criminal John McCain saw that. He took it. It was his niece or something. He was walking on stage. Joe Biden went in for the kiss. I'm going in for the kiss. And McCain was like, oh, hell no. That old man jumped over there like he was invading the country and grabbed that little niece and pulled. Yeah, he got creepy lips, creepy fingers, creepy every damn thing. Let's cage them on an island in the middle Atlantic Ocean. That would be a good thing, sure, but our biggest problem first is getting people to admit that these people need to go, that we got psychopaths modeling the world. It's a bad idea. It doesn't end well. It's supposed to happen. The world's supposed to be destroyed if you keep putting psychopaths that make money on conflict, that divide up the populations and control. If our needs are met, we don't need money. Exactly, Nora, that's my point. If people don't have needs, and guess what? If they don't have needs, they don't abuse their wives. If they don't have needs, women don't get raped, and they don't rape their wives. If they don't have needs, they don't rob from other people. When you take away humans' needs, good things happen. When you keep them in conflict and not having, all this stuff continues. You know, like I had an example the other day. Speaking of abuse, speaking of domestic abuse in our Congress that wears white shirts, you know, we have a selective thing that too many of us do when we look the other way when somebody's being abused. It's like, you know, like if you know a guy that's abusing his wife, you're like, oh, but that's my brother. I'm not going to say anything. That's my cousin. I'm not going to say anything. And meanwhile, the woman's getting beat up every night. Same thing with these nations. You know, we have politicians that are abusing nations. Women live in those nations. Women are being abused and raped and being taken into sex trafficking. But we got a whole bunch of women, millions of them, who turn a blind eye and don't give two damns. We got millions of men who got mamas and got little daughters, girls, and they see what their politicians are doing in these nations. And they just keep turning a blind eye just like that. You're no different than the person who knows the neighbor's being beat up by her husband who refuses to act. You're no different than the coward who just keeps walking and they see a gang raping somebody in an alleyway. You're a coward. We need to stop being cowards, y'all. We need to stop. It doesn't end well. All of these evil things that are happening around this world, all these dark age activities that are all legalized, they're all happening because you're cheering for it. They're all happening because you're looking the other way because you're a coward. Stop being a coward. Stop voting like a coward, stop talking like a coward, stop acting like a coward, and start standing up for people who don't have voices completely unselectively. Stop trying to gauge where the chips fall so you get a Democrat abuser in office. You're gauging where the chips fall, trying to guide the chips so you can get a Republican abuser in office. How about you just completely stop? Don't worry about where the chips fall and say what's true. That's what I posted the other day, Brother Dan. I posted the other day, Brother Dan. What did he say? He posted something like, I'm praying for Trump, but he's a crazy MF. And I reposted it. I loved it. I say you don't tag yourself. I say you do that. I tagged you, and Brother Dan's like, I don't know if I want that post being shown on my page. That's okay. I showed it on my page. I posted. I was like, you know what? These are the people I understand. I understand Brother Daniel. He's being honest. Like, look, I voted for the guy. I want him to do this. He did some of this. Ain't do that. He crazy as all hell. But damn it, he was better. I feel he was better than my other options. And I'm praying for him. And I hope he actually does good. Anybody on this planet that shouldn't be that way. You are a fool if you are wishing the president bad. That man is in control of a lot of things. I don't think he controls everything. I think powers higher than him are in control of things, but I do wish him well, and I do pray for the guy, and I hope that he does things that make things better. But Daniel's being honest. He a crazy MF. A crazy motherfucker. And he's being honest. Like with the Obama people, I get them too. The ones who voted for him and he got in office, like I voted for him to stop the wars. And that bastard just can't stop starting wars. You know, what really is going on in Washington? Nobody knows. But the sooner we're honest with each other, the sooner we can fix it, find out and fix it. But the more we pretend and be cowards and turn a blind eye and pretend we don't see this, the worse things are gonna get. You know, and that's why the political parties don't want anybody talking. They say, oh, you can't talk to the Republicans. And the Republicans say, oh, you can't talk to the Democrats. Yeah, you can talk to them. I talk to them every day. They're good people. They're just like you. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They're good people, lost in this world like we are. You can talk to them, but they don't want you talking because they're not interested in democracy. They're not interested in a well-rounded nation. They're interested in controlling people by keeping them divided up. We must be self-sustaining, no state, federal control over our survival. Exactly, Christina, we got the technology to do that. There's no reason for the state or the federal government to control any resources. One, because they're not supposed to, and two, we have robots and automation to make sure everybody has everything they need. It's not even a discussion anymore. Taxes don't have to go up. It's not even a discussion. Let me see. I'm better than a fake alien, Daniel. I am an alien. I don't know if I'm fake. I don't know. What are you talking about? I'm a good dude, better than a fake alien. That wasn't a fake. Oh, the fake alien link. That's all right. I get pulled in. I watch that stuff all the time. To me, that's fun. I like to imagine what the world is really like, you know, in the realms of things that they hide from us. Missing and murdered indigenous women is an example of a higher rate of female abuse to men. Exactly, abuse, female abuse to men. Wait. Missing and murdered indigenous women is an example of higher rate of female abuse to men. I don't get the end of that, Lori. But I mean, it's a real thing. It's a real thing nobody's doing anything significant about in power. And when it comes to abuse, women abuse women, men abuse women, women abuse men, women abuse women. Did I say that? Men abuse men. It goes all the way around, you know, and it just, we should, instead of like siding with any of the abusers, just say, you know what? Abuse is a bad idea. That's it. Abuse is criminal. Abuse is illegal, you know, so it doesn't matter who is against. Doesn't matter if it's this person or that person or indigenous or something like that. It's just that in general, we have to be against abuse. And in our species, there is a gender that's supposed to be there to protect everybody. And that's why physically it has a stronger stature. It tends to be bigger, except for my bodybuilding friends. I got a lot of women. I have a lot of friends who are bodybuilders. Y'all make the guys suck, by the way. Proud of you. But we just have to say abuse is abuse, and it's not accepted ever. People accept the abuse of indigenous women because they're like, oh, they're indigenous women. No, they're human beings. Oh, they're women, and you know, I'm in a men's rights organization. When we start standing up for each other, that's when we'll get somewhere. We keep playing this divide and conquer game. This is going to end well for all of us. That's what thank you, saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Is abuse is abuse. It doesn't matter if it's a kid, doesn't matter if they're black, doesn't matter if they're white, doesn't matter if it's a police officer, doesn't matter. None of that. The only thing that matters is we stand up for each other. We stand up for each other things, and well, we keep fighting each other. That lion behind that glass, we keep fighting for each other. If our kids are lucky, the lion will eat us with it. If our kids aren't lucky, we'll be long and gone, lived high on the hog, pearls before our swine of a filthy generation. And our kids are going to be the ones that got to deal with that oligarch lion that's modeling a world on conflict and destruction. And I think that's a bad idea. Physical and emotional abuse, yes, Jennifer, they are very real things. All abuse is wrong. Bottom line, period. We have no right to violate anybody else ever. All right, Gerard, I get out of here. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all to death. I am gone. Have a great day.